Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to our Aptamitra channel. In today's session, we are going to learn the last minute preparation for the TCS Ninja interview. So, now let us see few logical programs. So, if you see the series, they have given you a series 0, 0, 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, 3, 8. So, can you find the logic behind this series? சொல்லுங்க ரவின் சொல்லுங்க ரவின் நம்ம ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டேன் ம் ஓகே ஓகே So the logic behind this is all the odd terms are the numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, which means all the odd terms are the even numbers and all the even terms are the normal numbers. So if they give you the value of n, which means suppose if the value of n is 15, then we have to find in the 15th term what is the number. So that's the logic here. So for this, what can we do is the logic behind this is every even term is double of the odd term. Sorry, every odd term is double of the even term. Suppose if you want to find the value in sixth position, so the sixth position here is 2. So if you see 2, how can you find the value in the sixth position? It is the double of the fifth position's value. So the logic that you would follow is here I'm getting the value of n, and then n modulus of 2 should not be equal to 0. If suppose my value of n is 6, 6 modulus of 2, what will be the remainder? The remainder will be 0 only. Only if the condition is false, I should go to the else. So n by 2 minus 1. N is 6, 6 by 2 will be 3, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So now you can check in the sixth position, the answer that I should get is 2. Suppose let us take the n as an odd number. So I am taking the value of n as 11. So 11 mod 2. So 11 mod 2 obviously will not be equal to 0. So if the condition is true, then n minus 1 has to be done here. So n is 11. So 11 minus 1 is 10. So now if you check the 11th term, the value will be 10. So this is the logic to get the number in the nth position of this particular series. So I got a question, which type of coding problem generally asked in exam, pattern or number series? The questions can be in either of the ways. You can get a question from pattern programs also or the number series as well. So we'll be discussing both the types of programs here. So now we shall move to the next question. So in the next question, you have to get 3 strings as the input from the user. So what we have to do is every vowels in string 1 has to be replaced with a double quote. Every second string, if it is having a consonant, the consonants has to be replaced with a symbol star. And in the third string, the lowercase letters has to be converted to the uppercase letters. So let's see how to do this code. For example, I have got the string as first string as hello, the second string as hi, and the third string as good morning. So in the first string, the vowel that we have here is E and O. The letters E and O has to be replaced with double quotes. In the second string, my string is hi. So consonant here is H. So H has to be replaced with star. Then in third string, I have good morning. Only the letter G and M are in the uppercase. Rest all are in the lowercase. So I have to convert the entire string from the lowercase to the uppercase. So to perform this, first we have to give the cases here. So what can be the vowels? The uppercase A, E, I, O, U and the lowercase A, E, I, O, U are the vowels. So now let's check the condition. I'm getting the strings here as the input. So string 1 is code mitra, string 2 is aptimitra, and string 3 is Ethnus. These are the 3 input strings that I have got from the user. So now we shall work on string 1. So what is string 1? Wherever we find a vowel, that has to be replaced with a double quote. So I'm checking the condition whether the particular letter is a vowel or not. So I'm starting from the ith position. So I means initially I'm assigning the value of I is equal to 0. So let's start from 0th position. So when it encounters that particular letter is a vowel, then it will replace it with a double quote. And for the second thing, it's the case is vice versa. If the vowel is there, it returns the value 1, which means it is true. If the vowel is there, it will replace the letter with a double quote. In the second case, it should be the false condition. It will check whether the string, whether the letter is a vowel or not. If it is not a vowel, it will return the value as 0, which means if the condition is false, it's not a vowel, vice versa, it's a consonant. So the consonants has to be replaced with a symbol star. Now coming to the third string. So as you saw, the third string, the lowercase letters has to be converted to the uppercase letters. So here we are going to use the value of concept of ASCII values. So you all know what can be the ASCII value of the uppercase A. The uppercase A ASCII value is 65, and the lowercase value of the lowercase ASCII value of lowercase a is 97. So the simple logic that you are going to use here is string 3 or 5. Let us suppose the I letter is A. So from that you have to convert it into a uppercase. So the ASCII value of lowercase a minus 32, because 32 would be the difference of a letter from ASCII value from lowercase to uppercase. That's why you are subtracting the value 32. In return, you will get the ASCII value for the uppercase letters. We can go through the program. Now again, we have got a series problem. So can you find the logic behind the given series here? The series here is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 8, 27, and etc. So if you get the logic here is all the odd numbers of the series are the powers of 2, and all the even numbers of the series are the powers of 3. So now which logic could you use to solve this kind of problem? This question is same as the first question. Like they'll be giving you the value of n, which means in that position, in the nth position, what value would come? That would be the process here. So now let us say I'm giving the value of n is 5. So check what value is there in the position of n is equal to 5. The value given here is 4. So how can we get the value as 4 here if the input value of n is 5? So you have to find whether the n is an odd number or an even number. If it is an odd number, then it's very obvious that it is a power of 2. If it is an even number, then it should be a power of 3. So according to us, I have given the value of n as 5. So 5 is obviously an odd number. So if it is an odd number, then it should be a power of 2. So now let us see how to calculate the value. So here I'm giving the value of n as 5. So 5 mod 2 is not equal to 0. The condition is true here. So I'm doing the process like power 2 comma n by 2. So my value of n is 5. So 5 by 2, what would be the answer? It will give you the quotient value. So quotient value is 2. So 2 power 2 answer will be 4. If suppose my value of n is 16. So you all know 16 is a even number. So the condition will be the different case. So 16 mod 2. Will I get the remainder value as 0? Yes, I'll get the remainder value as 0. So if suppose I get the remainder value as 0, I should do power of 3. So 16 by 2 will be 8. 8 minus 1 will be 7. So I should get the value of 7 cube in the 16th position. So in this case, you can do this type of series program. Now the next question is, they will give you a number and we have to reverse the number and print it. So can you guess the logic how you can reverse the number and print it? They have given you an example. Input is 945. If you reverse it, it should be 549. So if you see the code, you will get to know what has happened. So here the number is 945 and you are doing the mod operation here. So 945 mod of 10. What would be the answer? The remainder would be 5. So in this way you have to do the mod operation till the value of n is greater than 0. If the condition fails, then it will stop. Then n is equal to n slash 10. So when you say n is equal to n slash 10, it will give you the quotient as the output. And next is a simple mathematical question. You need to find the length of a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. So usually we all know the formula to calculate the hypotenuse. So the formula will be hypotenuse square is equal to opposite square plus adjacent square. That would be the normal formula. So here they have given you the value of inputs as 3 and 4. So you have to square 3 and you have to square 4. You should add both the numbers and you have to take a square root of it. So that you'll be getting the value of hypotenuse. So 3 square is 9 and 4 square is 16. So which will be 25. Hypotenuse square is equal to 25. So the hypotenuse will be 5. So same logic you have to put it in the code here. So you are doing the power of A, then you are doing the power of B. So which means value of A was 3 and value of B was 4. So after doing the powers, you're taking the square root of the sum of both the values. So square root of A plus B will give you the hypotenuse value. So here it's a normal hypotenuse question. You have to find the value of hypotenuse. So the formula will be hypotenuse square is equal to opposite square plus adjacent square. They have given the example input as 3 and 4. So if you square 3, the answer would be 9 and square of 4 answer would be 16. 16 plus 9 is 25. If you take the square root of it, the hypotenuse value will be 5. So same logic you're going to code here. So here, first you are doing the power of A. So A is equal to power A comma 2. Then B is equal to power B comma 2. So value of A and B is power 2. Then you have to find the square root of the sum of the values of the powers. So square root of A plus B. And the next question is, will be given a number as the input. You have to check whether the number is a palindrome number or not. If suppose it is a palindrome number, the output should be S. If it is not a palindrome number, it should be no. So you have to know what is a palindrome number first. Whether you read it from left to right or from right to left, it should be the same. That is what is called as a palindrome. So how can we check whether the number is a palindrome or not? The simple logic is if you reverse the reverse number should be equal to the actual number. So that's the simple logic to check whether the given number is a palindrome or not. So now here you're getting the value of n from the user and then you're assigning the n value to m variable. First you are initializing the value of reverse is equal to 0. Then you have to check the condition. If the given number is not equal to 0, only then you can perform the reverse operation. So using this method, reverse is equal to reverse into 10 plus m mod I, you are doing the reverse operation here. So after reversing, you have to check where the reverse number is equal to the n number. So n is the input given from the user and rev is the variable that stores the reverse number. So now we are checking both. So if both are same, then you have to print the value as s. If the both are different, if the reverse number and the n number are not matching, if they are different, then you have to print no. So now here comes the pattern program. So pattern will be of two types. So one, they can ask you to print the pattern using the symbols. Instead of these numbers, some symbols will be given, especially star symbols will be there, or they will ask you to print alphabets or numbers in this following pattern. So when you are getting a pattern program, you should solve it logically first and then try to write the code. In all the pattern programs that you're going to code, you have to have loops. So here the given value is 5. If the input is 5, you have to check how many rows you are printing and how many numbers you are printing. So we are printing 5 rows and we are printing 5 columns from the numbers 1 to 5. So that's the logic here. So for this, we have to maintain two loops. One loop is for the rows and one loop is for the columns. So now let's have an integer n, which is the input given from the user. So for we are using two for loops here. So one for loop is for the row and the other for loop is for the column, as I told you before. So the for loop of I that's used to for the rows and for loop j is used for the columns. So first I am initializing the value of I as 1. So I am checking the condition 1 is less than or equal to n value is 5 and I value is 1. If the condition is true, when the condition is true, I should go to the j for loop. So now the value of j is also initialized to 1. So 1 is less than or equal to 1. The condition is true. If the condition is true, I should print the value of j. So in the first case, the value of j will be 1. So 1 will be printed here. Then I will be increasing the value of j because j plus plus increment operator. I have to increment the value of j. So when I increment the value of j, the value of j is equal to 1 will become 2 now. So when I'm checking this condition, 2 less than or equal to 1, the condition would fail. So again I have to start from the I loop. So now I have to increment the value of I. From 1, the I value will be incremented to 2 now. So now let's check the condition. 2 less than or equal to n. N value is 5. So 2 less than or equal to 5, the condition is true. So then come into the j loop. So j value will be 1 again. So 1 less than or equal to 2, the condition is true. If the condition is true, I should print the value of j. So j is 1. So in the second row, I'm printing the value of j as 1. Then what should I do is, again I should increment the value of j. So from 1, the value of j will be incremented to 2. So now check the condition. 2 less than or equal to 2. The condition is true. So if the condition is true, again I should print the value of j. So the value of j is 2. If I again increment the value of j from 2 to 3, now the condition would fail. So it will come out of the j loop. Again the loop will start from I. So the value of I was 1, 2, and then now I have to increment the value of I from 2 to 3. So in this way, if you proceed the same loops, so you will get the answer as till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll be getting the answer. When the condition would fail is when the I value is 6. So 6 less than or equal to 5, that would be the false. That's why it will stop executing there. So I and j value both will run till the condition is true. I will display you all the programs that we have discussed from the beginning. So you can go through it. If you have doubts, you can post your doubts in the comment section. I have got a doubt from Samar Rahman why n by 2 in the power part. So for this question, he has asked why we are doing n by 2. So as I told you, the entire series is not only having the same pattern. So if you see the series, odd numbers in the series is having one pattern and even numbers in the series is having one pattern. So if I want to get the value that is there in the fourth position, so it's like half of the series is following one pattern and other half is following the other pattern. So only for that to get the, if you say fourth element in the series, that would be the second element in the even number order. So that's why we are doing by 2 there. So in the next webinar, we'll be solving few more complex questions, and as you asked, we'll be solving more and more of complex problems. So all the best for your TCS Ninja interview. Good luck. Bye bye.